Hey everybody. Okay, I'm back here to go over a few more from day one. So we've already done the daily practice. And if you hadn't seen that, just check out my other video from day one math. I'm hoping you already did your daily assignment and your freckle fact practice. Trying to say that 3 times fast. That's pretty serious. Reading 20 minutes, guys. I hope you're continuing that at home. It's so easy. You can read magazines. There's a lot of books available online that you can read. I'm sure you have your own books. You guys did a wonderful job doing scholastic orders through me this year, so I know a lot of great books went home. But honestly, there's so many other things. Magazines, I probably already said that. Used to read the back of cereal boxes. There's things all over that you can read, or read to a brother or sister if you have one available to read to. And if you haven't been able to read 20 minutes, check out my video for Wonderstruck. I did put my first video up on there. Okay, so right now what I want to do is take some time, and I'm going to go over The Boy Who Cried Wolf and also the grammar packet from day one. Okay, so let's take a look. So I'd like you to just have those 2 things out, The Boy Who Cried Wolf and the grammar packet. Okay, so 3rd graders know that Mrs. Buckingham really likes it if we read things more than one time, right? We read it one time just to read it, just to get through those hard words, the tricky things, just to understand what's happening in the story. Learn the characters, the details, the setting, all of that type of stuff. Check out your questions after you read it the very first time through. And then, guys, your favorite thing ever, go back and do it again. No grief about that. That's just how we do it. You know that. So here we go. Let's take a look at The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So I'm going to just read it the very first time through so that you can just hear it all. Please follow along with yours or take a look at mine. How cute those little pictures are, actually. That little wolf is kind of cute. Okay, here we go. Make sure you read the directions. What if it said don't do anything and put it away? It doesn't say that, but what if it did? Okay, excuse me. Here we go. Once there was a shepherd boy who looked after his flock of sheep on a hillside. He was bored as there was no one to talk to. So he decided to amuse himself by playing a trick on the villagers below. In a loud voice, he cried out, "Help me! There's a wolf chasing the sheep." The villagers came running to help the boy chase the wolf away, but when they found there was no wolf, they were cross. Cross means mad. "Don't cry wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers. When there is no wolf, the villagers went grumbling down the hill. The next day, the shepherd boy was still bored, so he decided to play the prank again. Hey, Albert, put that prank book away. No pranks today. "Wolf, wolf, help me. The wolf is chasing the sheep." He smiled as he watched the villagers run up the hill to help him chase the wolf away. When the villagers saw that there was no wolf, they became cross. "Don't keep crying wolf when there is no wolf," they told him. "Save your frightened cry for when there is real danger." The naughty boy just grinned and watched the disgruntled villagers go back down the hill. Guys, comment with what you think disgruntled means. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling around his flock. Fearful and frightened, the boy cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" The villagers thought the boy was playing another prank, so they didn't come. The wolf ate all the sheep. That cute little thing, that cute little wolf ate the sheep. I guess that one, that mean wolf did. That one's a cute one. That's a good brother. That's a bad brother. Not bad. Here we go. Okay, so let's preview our questions, guys. We're not answering any questions right now. We're just looking at them to see what they say. The fable is missing quotation marks. That means the little marks that go around what people are saying. This is kind of new. It was going to become a lesson last week. And so that was why we were going to read the story so we could talk about quotation marks and where they go. So we're going to do that today. Reread the story and add the quotation marks. So, look, even there in the directions, it tells you reread the story. I don't just make this stuff up. 2, why does the boy cry wolf at the beginning of the story? Underline the word disgruntled. What does the word mean? Use a dictionary if you need to. Hey, how about that? So Mrs. Buckingham clearly didn't preview the questions before she read it. And disgruntled. Coincidence? I don't know. You tell me. Number 4, what is the moral of the story? Guys, the moral, what are you going to learn? What are the characteristics of a fable? Reread the story, highlight the nouns yellow, highlight the verbs green, and highlight the adjectives orange. All right, let me just see here. So I want to go back through and I'm going to read the story, okay? Once there was a shepherd boy who looked after his flock and a sheep on a hillside. He was bored as there was no one to talk to, so he decided to amuse himself by playing a trick on the villagers below. In a loud voice, he cried out, "Help me, there's a wolf chasing the sheep." I'm just going to underline that because that's actually something he said, and I'm going to need to come back to that. The villagers came running to help the boy chase the wolf away. But when they found there was no wolf, they were cross. "Don't cry wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers, "when there is no wolf." The villagers went grumbling down the hill. But it's the letter C, guys, on Sesame Street today. Okay, anyway, sorry, guys. The villagers were grumbling down the hill. The next day, the shepherd boy was still bored, so he decided to play the prank again. "Wolf, wolf, help me. The wolf is chasing the sheep." He smiled as he watched the villagers run up the hill to chase the wolf away. When the villagers saw that there was no wolf, they became cross. "Don't keep crying wolf when there is no wolf," they told him. "Save your frightened cry for when there is real danger." The naughty boy just grinned and watched the disgruntled villagers go back down the hill. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling around the flock. Fearful and frightened, the boy cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" The villagers thought the boy was playing another prank, so they didn't come. The wolf ate all of the sheep. All right, guys. One, the fable is missing the quotation marks. That means those marks that go around what the people are saying. And that's what I underlined as I was going through. And that's a really good way of doing that for yourself if you want to help yourself get set up. Reread the story, then add the quotation marks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up through here and add them to the beginning and to the end of everything that was said in the story. The fable, I guess we should officially call this. All right, here we go. Quotation marks. This is great for if you guys want to write your own stories, which is what I think a lot of people are going to be doing if they do some free writing while they're at home right now. Now's the perfect time to write stories. Now is when stories get written, when you have that little bit of extra time. Okay, there we go. So we added in the quotation marks. Guys, why does the boy cry wolf at the beginning? Well, you guys know my favorite thing to go back and look and find those actual details. Oh, here we go. It's right in the beginning. He was bored, so he decided to amuse himself. Okay. TTQA people, make it fit. If it doesn't fit, you got this little space to write in. Here comes Claire. Yes. They say C is for Clover. Guys, C is for Claire, and it's for Clover, isn't it? Yeah. That's so awesome. The boy cried wolf at the beginning. It's so easy to record these videos with a 3-year-old running around, you guys. Claire's in all of them, I think. That's okay. Usually talk about her all day anyway, so it's pretty normal for you. The boy cried wolf at the beginning of the story. I'm leaving number 3, you guys. I told you to comment, so I am not going to be answering that question. Underline the word disgruntled. I did that earlier. There's disgruntled. Okay. Comment on my video with what you guys think. What's the word mean? Have you ever been disgruntled before? I have. I'm sure we all have. What is the moral of the story? So, like, what is it that someone was supposed to learn? Okay. The moral of the story, guys, I feel like you could probably say a few different things. And I know that if I asked you guys in my classroom right now, I'd probably get some people who would say, don't say things you don't really mean, don't play pranks on each other. And so really, it depends on how you interpreted the story to take away what you were going to take away. If you can prove what you were thinking, then I generally am fine with that answer. Guys, you just have to have proof to back up your story. The moral of the story, I personally am just going to go with don't say things you don't mean. I think it's a very great moral to learn. The moral of the story is I'm almost gonna fit it, so I'm gonna go just a little sideways here. You know how much I just love writing sideways on a paper. All right, you guys. Here we go. So a fable, what are the characteristics of a fable? So a fable is typically, it's a short story with animals as the characters and one you learn a lesson from.
The beans grow on the cocoa tree in pods. Once the beans have been picked from the pod, they're dried, roasted,
Oh, here comes my cat. She's going to be in the camera before you know it. A fable is a short story. I'm going to say generally. Generally with.
like coconut and banana to make different treats. The chocolate is poured into molds.
So like here, guys, we didn't have an animal as a character. So as I'm writing that, I'm thinking, geez, there's no actual animal that's talking. But we do have, this short story generally. So that's where this word generally kind of comes in. So they don't always have talking animals, clearly. But a lot of times that's typically what you see. Just in this particular case, we didn't, but that's okay. A fable is a short story, generally with animals as characters. That teaches the reader a lesson or a moral. Very nice. Okay, so here we go. We need yellow, we need green, and we need orange. Okay, so you need to highlight the nouns yellow. Nouns for all my people in the back. Person, place, or thing. That's a noun. All right. Let's see. I got all my markers here. You guys know I've got all my markers. I'm so excited. So much more organized at school, though. I got things rolling all over the place here. Okay, our verbs. Oh, that's a good one, huh, Mrs. Buckingham? Looks like we're gonna need to get ourselves a new flare pen. Let me see. Let's try another green one. I have 8 of them. All right, that one's better. Let's see. Highlight the verbs green. Verbs is an action. Something that you do. You guys know this. That one's not too bad for you. And then ones that, the adjectives we kind of started talking about a few weeks ago pretty clearly. Adjectives are a describing word. A word you would use to describe something. Disgruntled described the villagers. I'm going to let you guys go through and do all of that. Okay? Go ahead and read it out loud. If you are reading a person, place, or thing, highlight that yellow. If you're highlighting an action, highlight that green. And also the adjectives are going to be orange. Don't have markers, guys. Use crayons. You guys know that's an easy way of doing that. Don't have yellow, green, or orange. Change the colors. It's not that big of a deal. Just have your own key. Have one of the nouns have to be one color, the verbs have to be another color, and the adjectives have to be orange. You guys know I love to let you make your own decisions about what you're doing, colors you're choosing. Okay, quickly, let's just go on through this. Braylon Bealby wants to teach you what a synonym is. And if she was here right now, you know she'd be laughing in her chair, dying to tell you the answer. And since she can't, and you literally can only listen to me, it is, this is the teacher's dream come true. It is a synonym are words that mean the same. So what we wanted to do was use the word bank. So we wanted to use this up here to find a word that matches up down here, and then find both of the words over here in the word search. I was on Google Meet with Braylon and Riley the other day, and I was like, nope, only gotta find the words in the word bank. But then as we were talking, we were like, oh my gosh, look, there's passage, there's organize. Wait a minute, brilliant. Like, we probably should be doing all the words, okay? So go ahead and find all the words. Any other extra words you find, go ahead and lift them off. Just have to take my cat off. I said lift them off because I just took my cat off the table. All right, let's do a fun color, guys. We'll do purple. All right, so all I'm going to do is take these words up here, and I'm going to show you where they match down here. I am not going to do the word search. That is a fun thing. I typically tell you that is an optional thing for you to do within the classroom. Some people love word searches. Some people hate them. Give it a shot and see how many you can get. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the words. Copy, delay, competitor, schedule, routine, hazard, arrange, dive, entrance, knack, temperature, brilliant, result, swift, and limited. All right, so like I said, I am just going to go right through these. I'm trying to think of if it's best for me to take it from up here or from down here. Let's see. Okay, well, let's do this. Number one, passage, okay? And that is like how you get into something. So we're going to say that is your entrance. Okay. Organize something. If you put it together or if you take care of all of the details, I am going to say that you are scheduling something. I should have thought about the fact that I should have looked at all of this and had all of the right answers prepared for you before I actually wrote on it, recorded my voice, sounding like I don't know what I'm doing. I totally got this, guys. Okay, the climate. Holy cow, you know. We've been talking about climate and weather in science. That is so funny that it would just show up here. Weird how stuff like that works, right? So you know that with climate, we're generally talking about temperature over a period of time, of course, not the temperature today. I don't know if you guys have got the same weather as me, but Monday morning, catching up on some videos. It is snowing, which is completely sad to me. All right, habit. It is something that you do often. Let's see, brilliant, results, swift, a routine. That makes sense. Imitate. Imitation is a form of flattery, some people would say. So if somebody is copying you, you should take that as a compliment and not necessarily so offensive, okay? Opponent. If you are playing sports, you generally have an opponent, which is going to be your competitor. The outcome, okay? And that is something that generally happens because of something else. So it's the result. Plunge, right? Okay, so a lot of these are coming up with words that you might be thinking of more than one thing for. If you plunge something, like you might be thinking, I don't know, I plunge my toilet. None of these words match up to that, guys. So another way would be like if you are on a diving board and you jumped off and you plunged into the pool, right? Oh, I kind of just gave that right. Okay, dive, jump in. Here we go. I do that all the time. Dive. Rare. Okay, so that means that something that's not generally available very easily, very rare. So we have a limited. Nimble. Let's see. No. Jack be nimble, Jack be swift. I think that's what it is. Okay, you guys. Clever. We're going to go with brilliant. Sorry, you guys know I run into this problem all the time. Let me unzoom a little bit. Here we go. Okay. Clever is, what did I just say? Brilliant. agenda, arrange. Risk is going to be a hazard. Talent, a knack. Okay, that one is probably new to you. Something you are really good at. You have a knack for doing something. Postpone means to delay. All right, you guys. So that brings me up to Boy Who Cried Wolf and my grammar packet. And I'm loving seeing everybody reach out on the Google Classroom. We've almost been able to reach every single person. I'm so excited about that. All right, guys, that's it. That is day 1. Be on the lookout for the rest of my videos for the rest of the week. Thanks.